And hello, welcome to solo playthroughs. We got a doubleheader today, and hopefully I win the first one because that's going to make a big difference about what happens in the second one, which is supposed to be 2 hours from now. So let's get started. I am planning on doing the second wave scenario from Spirit Island. This is probably the fifth or sixth scenario I've featured on the channel so far. The scenarios for Spirit Island are very cool. They're nice changes of pace. I do not play them very often, so I am excited to kind of get into them. The first time I played the second wave scenario was actually last week with my friend Tony. I will tell you all about it as we get set up here. We have Sajid. Wait, this is just starting. Maybe I have a chance to persuade him to play some Maze Knight, not this weird beast of a game. Nope. I think we're sticking here for now. Lena Kim says, hi, hello, and Ed Peck says hello to you too. Lots of hellos. I appreciate it. Let's get the energy going right off the bat. I feel like Richard Simmons right now. And if you don't know what Richard Simmons is, I don't know, you're missing out. A icon of my childhood for sure. So yeah, the second wave scenario basically gives you a chance to have like a mini kind of campaign thing. But the interesting thing about the second wave scenario is instead of most kind of campaigns where you level up your character and they have more cool things they can do, you're actually you're just kind of growing and developing the story of the island, which I kind of like. I think it's a nice little twist. The adversary remains the same, but what happens in the first game will affect what happens in the second game from a setup. So what I plan on doing is playing this on level 4, which is going to give me a decent shot at a win. We'll see. I'm doing a fully randomized setup. So who knows what spirits I shall pull out of my little randomizer here. But if I win, then we're going to go, depending on the results, we'll be at level 4 or level 5 in the next playthrough. And at the beginning of the next video, I will go through meticulously the setup and what the second wave actually does. So this is really just like the prequel. This is the prologue, I dare say. Colin Weir says, let's go. Finally here when you're live. And Sajid says, well, too bad. Then I guess I will eat dinner. Have some dinner for me. I appreciate it. Yeah, so I am doing this on a Tuesday because it is Mrs. Playthrough's birthday tomorrow. So, she didn't really think live streaming on her birthday was a good idea. I don't know what's wrong with her, but we will be celebrating her birthday tomorrow. So I am looking forward to that. She is recovered from COVID. Well, has some lingering symptoms, but we were able to, hug each other for the first time in a week and a half. On Sunday, he was like, "Hey, nice to meet you, wife. How are you?" So she's doing well. I got some really nice messages about her over the last week, and I appreciate all of that. So I'm shuffling up the powers. I have my green, my green. I have my green powers in green, guys. I have my minor powers in green. I have my major powers in blue. So if you don't know by now, I did have to sleeve up all my cards, and I did need opaque sleeves because I played this game so much before I sleeved my cards, and the cards are good quality. However, I think especially with the minor power deck, it's such a big deck that I definitely got some wear and tear fairly quickly on those cards and some really banged up corners. So opaque sleeves were the order of the day for sure. I do prefer opaque sleeves. I think especially for the videos, it does cover up some art at times, but it just I think makes a neater, more just a cleaner appearance on the board and on my videos. I'm going to shuffle up the events. The events are in red, and we'll see. So I'm going to put all the adversaries in. If I get France does make the second wave really hard just with the way the extra towns start on the board. So that could be problematic. Again, I will randomize spirits for this game, and then we'll get into new spirits for the next game. So again, the invaders will be the same. The Blighted Island card will be the same if we get there, and then but the adversaries will change. So it's basically time has passed, and new spirits have kind of taken the lead in defending the island. And then there will be kind of like there's like one power you can keep. So there will be some benefit from the original spirits. But for the most part, it's like a whole new game with new spirits. We'll shuffle up the fear. I won't shuffle this up yet because we don't know who we're going against. I will go ahead and get a Blighted Island card ready. I do have 8 fear in the fear pool. We'll be doing a 2-spirit game. And I will roll my d20. There are 16 healthy island cards. I got number 16. So the one on top is going to be it. There should be 5 blight on this to start the game. When I did this with Tony, my friend in Boston, we randomized it. I ended up playing Fractured Days. Which I haven't played in a while. It was nuts. And he was Stone, and we were against Scotland. Stone really breaks the scenario because it gives you so much more blight to play with. But that was a cool game. And then the next time he came back, and I was Shroud, and Tony was, I don't know. So I went from Fractured Days to Shroud, and then we played a wave 3. And I can't remember who we were, but we were pretty emphatically winning every time. We just had like 4 or 5 extra blight from Stone, so it was just like, all right, well, it was really fun though. But we kind of called it quits. You can play pretty much as many waves as you want. I mean, if there's you want to always use new spirits. There's 24 spirits. If you have all of them, you could play 6 games in a 4-player game. You could play 12 games in a 2-player game. Although at some point, it's just going to look silly with the number of blight you have. Lena Kim says, "This is the second wave in the Jagged Earth box?" That is a good question. This comes, I think second wave came with Branch and Claw, this scenario. So I'm just looking at the symbol. I'm pretty sure that's the Branch and Claw symbol. So I think that was one of the scenarios that were added there for sure. But all right, I use Spirit Guide as my Spirit Island app when I want to randomize things. Often when Tony and I play, he's the one I play this game with the most these days. We will just kind of pick 2 or 3 different matchups and pick our favorite one. I'm going to go with the first one and hope it's not something absolutely bananas. So I'm going to randomize. I am going to play with the Adversary, and Adversary level is going to be 4, so I won't put that in. And then we're going to do number of players 2, and then I am playing the scenario. I know I'm playing the second wave. So, moment of truth. England, of course, Vengeance and Volcano. Ooh. I like that. All right, that's fun. So we got Vengeance, Volcano, and England level 4. Volcano, hello. And Vengeance, and I haven't played with Vengeance in a minute, so this could be interesting. And England level 4. We will need the high immigration tile. I have that right here. And then I'll get my unique powers. Volcano. Nope. Put him on the lizard accidentally. And Vengeance. All right. Should be a solid game for sure. This goes here. This goes here. I'll just have them come together. Vengeance has a burning plow. I need to randomize my islands. So this will be Vengeance's board. I rolled a d6. That will be D. Oh, board D. Always, always finds a way to make life hard. And I rolled a 5, board E. E cannot be matched with D, or at least it's highly recommended it's not, but it can be matched. It cannot be matched with B, but it can be matched with D, so that will work. We'll put the boards like that. The Vengeance is going to start with 1 presence destroyed. We'll make Vengeance red, and then it's going to have 2 of its presence in a land with Blight to start the game. The starting Blight on board D is going to be in land 5, so we have 2 presence from Vengeance there. Then we have another presence in a wetland without Dahan, which is going to be there. 2 Dahan in land 1, 1 Dahan in land 2. We're going to have a Dahan in land 5, 2 Dahan in land 7. We're going to have the Beast in the lowest number land without a pre-printed setup icon, which is 3. Disease in 2. City in 2 because of level 4 England. Again, level 2, we're going to add a town in 2 and a city in 1. Level 4 England, basically, I played with level 6 a few times on the channel. So the towns and cities do not have +1 health. That's a level 5 enhancement. But we have... and we don't have to worry about having an additional fear in the fear pool per player, and we don't have to we don't have to worry about the high immigration guide card building twice if we don't resolve a fear card. But everything else is true. Again, the thing that makes England England is that a land will build even if there are no even if there are no invaders there, if it is adjacent to 2 or more towns and cities cumulatively, according to the adjacent lands, that stays to escalation is awful. The additional loss condition, if we ever get 7 towns at any one land anywhere on the island, that and anyone, yeah, 7 towns and or cities at any one land anywhere on the island, then we lose. So we need to be aware of that. That is fine. We'll flip this over. We're going to put the rest of this presence on Vengeance's board here. Oh wait, did I mess that up? I think it's just 1 in land 5. Yeah, 1 goes there. Sorry. I was like, why am I missing a presence? Reading is hard. All right, special rules for Vengeance. When disease will prevent a build on a board with my presence, so it doesn't even have to be the land. I can have presence anywhere in that board. I can let the build happen instead. Again, disease is normally a required effect. However, you can let it, you can choose to ignore the effect of disease, and then you would generate a fear if you do that. When your presence is destroyed by anything except a spirit action, add a disease where the destroyed presence was and wreak havoc for the land's corruption. Our actions treat blight in the island as also being a Badlands, and that's our action. So I can give Volcano an action, and as long as I can allow Volcano to use my power. I have a couple of powers that target another player specifically to start. So yeah, by Fiery Vengeance, any player. So if I allow Fiery Vengeance to go to Volcano, and Volcano's in a land with Blight, which it probably will be, because it's Volcano, Volcano will then be able to treat that Blight as if it was a Badlands, which is pretty strong. Let's get set up on Volcano's board. Oh, additionally, I need a town in land 7. Volcano is going to have 1 presence and a Badlands on the starting mountain of my choice. Obviously, we will go right dead center. And that's it. Push all Dahan from that land. So the Dahan in land 5 is going to get pushed. I'll push it into 1. It always makes sense to have Dahan grouped if you can. And then 2 Dahan in land 8, 2 Dahan in land 3, disease on land 2, beast in the lowest number of land without a pre-printed setup icon, which is 6, and then we'll have the blight in land 4. Remember, this looks weird because the Dahan that was in 5, because of the start setup instructions for Volcano, was pushed into 1. We're going to get a town on land 7. We get a city in land 2. Because of England's special rules, we get another town. We get a town in land 2 along with that city, and then we get a city in land 1. We flip that over. Volcano special rules. Your presence may only be added or moved into mountains. When your presence is destroyed in that land, deal 1 damage per destroyed presence to both invaders and to Dahan. Remember, that damage would be enhanced by Badlands. Oof. There is an argument, man, I don't know. There's definitely an argument to put my starting presence in 2, but that's just going to leave me so removed from this part of the island. I think it makes sense to start in 5 instead. Do I want to do 2? Yeah, because then I'll have no reach into 8. Yeah, it's rough. So we'll start in 5. We'll make it work. All right, so when a presence is destroyed, again, 1 damage to both Dahan and invaders. Volcano peaks tower over the landscape. Your power cards gain +1 if you have 3 or more presence in the origin land. Ooh, that's interesting. Maybe I start in 2, try to wipe out that town or city then, but then that Dahan would go there. I don't know, so many choices. If I can get control over land 2 quick, that would be pretty strong. And I still have access to 1. I don't know if I've played Volcano on board E before. It's an interesting choice. I generally like to get center on the island, but I can always get stuff there later. All right, let's do it. Let's see how that plays. So this Dahan, I'm actually going to push back from 1 into 5. Remember, we have a Badlands there because of the setup instructions. So destroyed presence from Vengeance is there. I have my reminder tokens. I will need to get some of my elemental markers. So we're going to need to track fire. We're going to need to track water, and we're going to need to track air, and we're going to need to track animal tags, animal elements for our friend Vengeance here. And over here for Volcano, we're going to need to track fire, We're going to need to track mountain. We're going to need to track air, and that is it. Now, obviously, that could change as we get more power cards, but to start, those are the things I want to track. I have a whole bunch of dice here below, so I'll use that for both defense purposes and to track the elements. Let me check the chat. Nope, nothing new, so we're good. Let me actually I want to pop the chat out and make this a little bit easier for me to see on the screen. All right, we're good. So I am having to set up the fear deck, so I'm going to shuffle up the fear cards. Fear deck at level 4 England is a 4/5/5, so there are 14 cards. I should note this is the second time I'm using this headset. I noticed I felt the volume was a little bit loud last week, so I have adjusted it low. So if there's any feedback there, if it feels like it's too loud, too low, too much, whatever, let me know. But I do like it. It's a pretty marked improvement over the last headset I had. But I want to state again that this mat was it's not really a preview. It's a preview mat. No, was given to me and made specifically for me by Vig Biking Mats. I really, really, really like this mat. It is fantastic. It serves my purpose as well. And again, I sent him very unique, very, very like down to the eighth of an inch measurements, and the cutting job he did with this mat is fantastic. So I would highly recommend, if you're in the market for a mat, especially if you need a unique shape, I would definitely reach out to Paul Gray from Big Viking Mats, because I'm just really very thankful for him taking the time and the effort to get me this for free. John Odelson, yo, Greg, what's up? Just played a game with a buddy of mine on Volcano. He's blowing up boards left and right. It was amazing. P.S. Did you see all the backer kit for the latest Spirit Island expansion going live in October? No, I know Backer Kit just did a whole bunch of announcements today. Like, I feel like they're kind of expanding their services. Crowdfunding right now is crazy. Like, between just all the problems, and then GameFound came up and this and that. So it's going to be interesting to see what the future. But yeah, I saw Backer Kit was about to start doing some things. I don't know if they're like breaking off from Kickstarter, but that could just be wild, inappropriate speculation on my part. But I knew there's been a lot of buzz about game testing and play testers for new spirits. So I kind of figured we weren't that far away, and it does seem like the timeline checks out. So yeah, I'm definitely excited about that. And we'll see how that works out. Just like where Royce goes with this game. I know that he wanted to really expand the role of the Dahan, or at least give us the option for that. And I know there's obviously going to be new spirits that he's been tinkering with for years now at this point. So I have shuffled the heck out of these fear cards. So we have a 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 5, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 5. Cool. So 5 fear cards on the bottom, Terror level 3 card, 5 fear cards on top of that, Terror level 2 card, and then 4 fear cards on top of that. Level 5 and level 4 are the same, so it just looked a little funny to me. Just making sure I did the right level. Let's find out one funny story. When Tony and I were playing we were playing Scotland, we were trying to play against level 6. And then we realized halfway through that we were basically playing a level 5.5, because we were forgetting to add a town to everything that's adjacent to a town or a blight. I forget how Scotland works. So it was like, well, I guess we're just playing against level 5 Scotland. The only thing that was different from level 5 to level 6 is that we had an extra fear card. So we ended up just sticking on level 5 all 3 waves, because we always ended with the Blighted Island card. Even with Stone, it was just really hard to. I started with Fractured that first game, and I was very rusty with Fractured for sure. So I'm shuffling up I need to do the Invader deck, then we'll be good to go. So I'm shuffling the 6 stage 3 cards, rolling a d6, taking out number 3. The Invader deck is pretty vanilla. There are no specially placed cards. You're going to have 3 stage 1 cards, 4 stage 2 cards, and 5 stage 3 cards. That is a 6, not helpful. That's a 1. That's out. And then finally, we're going to get rid of our stage 1 card here. And that's out. Cool. I'm going to mute this for 1 sec. It never fails. It's like, oh, I'm doing a live playthrough. Now I need to blow my nose. My nose secretly hates board games and wishes I stopped doing this, clearly. All right, I think I'm good. We're gonna go to the first turn, kids. We need to do the final stage of setup before I even get there. And we explore into signs. Hello, signs. So explorer into 6, explorer into 4, explorer into 7, explorer into what? Nope. Only one explorer into 4, Greg. Stop trying to put 2 explorers there. Great. I forget how to play with vengeance. I'm scared. Oh no. Again, the crazy thing with vengeance is the more the island goes to crap early, the better you're probably playing. So that's a thing. I mean, we always have the ability to skip ravage actions, which is helpful. I definitely want to get more disease on the board as vengeance. I also need to get presence out. So I can add a presence to a land with towns, cities, or blight. And remember, when your presence gets destroyed, it becomes a disease. So that's never really a bad thing. I might want to protect those Dahan over there, that's for sure. So I probably want to skip ravage actions and land 7 next turn. And push, blight, disease. How much energy am I going to have? Try to get this fire element. A blight counts as badlands, which is good, except I just have the blight there, which isn't all that helpful. Remove. Yeah, that's not going to be helpful either. All right, so things are going to go a little hairy. So I'm going to put 2 presents on the board. Let's unlock this fire tag. Do I want 2 card plays this first turn? Maybe. I'm only going to have 1 money. Yeesh. Each disease. No, I need to get... I might just do 1 card play, get the 2 money, get a disease out. And I don't think trying to do any damage this turn is going to make any sense. So I'll do the 2 top. I'll try to get the 2 card plays next turn. I'll unlock that animal tag because, you know, who doesn't love animals? I'm going to get 2 energy from the presence track. I have 1 card play. I'm not worried about any of that. The math's not going to make sense for me at all. But I'm going to do 2 presents on the board. I'll put a presence in. That will work. I'm not going to have a disease there. Oh no. I'm worried I'm going to lose these 2 Dahan. I mean, neither of these dudes are really like the big Dahan users, so it's not the worst. But yeah, I have a feeling we're going to lose all those Dahan in land 7. Oh. Because yeah, I'm not going to have a disease there. I could put a disease in there instead of a presence. If I put a presence, it becomes a disease. So many decisions. All right, I'll put that there, and I'll put this presence in land 1. Yeah, wetlands is going to be a big problem. Fine. Hopefully that will work. All right, volcano. Volcano is going to just get a bunch of presents out. Go for some big mini bops early. I don't know. We might be just doing a 1 card play with volcano. But it's going to take 2 more to get up to 2. All right, we'll add 2 presents. We have to have 1 card play with volcano. I'm going to put, so we have 3 presents there. Again, I'm putting them, instead of having the impressive stack that volcano makes, I put everything sideways so it's easier to see on the camera what's going on. We get 2 energy. And I just have the 1 card play. What do I want to do with volcano? 1 damage to each. Could try to destroy that. Do lava flows. Getting a wilds out isn't the worst idea, but again, wilds is less important against England because they do so much freaking building anyway. Yeah, I'm not going to do explosive eruption yet. I think it'd be better off to try to, if I take away 4 next turn, I can wipe out everything there because I have my Badlands. That'd be pretty sick. Really help me get on top of this board. Well, if everything's destroyed there, then maybe a wilds into there actually isn't the worst idea. Build. That's going to blight for sure. That's going to be blight. Fair push. Hmm. God, this is so expensive. All right. If I do Rain of Ash, I could actually push some things into mountains, which isn't terrible. Just give me a little bit more control. I'm just not doing any damage. I'm not adding a Badlands or a Wilds, but I think that's fine. So I'll just do Rain of Ash. It's also a slow power, so this is going to start looking pretty ugly early, but I think we'll be okay just with the powers that we have. Great, no comments. So we're going to go to the invader phase. We're going to pull over the top event card. We're not carrying it out. Jagged Earth rules. It would have been hard-working settlers, and now we go to the invader steps. There is no ravage action in the first turn. We are doing a build action. So we're building a city in land 7. We're building a town in land 4. We're doing a town in land 1, and we're doing a town in land 6. We're doing an explore step. We're exploring into what is this? We're exploring into jungles. So 1, 2, 3, and 4. Invaders cards advance. It's funny. It feels weird putting an explorer on the coast. I'm so used to playing at Scotland where we just kept putting towns, and now we go to the slow powers. So I'm going to generate a fear. I'm going to put a disease into land 7, and that's with fetid breath spreads infection. And now I'm going to generate 2 fear for land, targeting lands. Oh yeah, right. I'm targeting land 7. Because I have 3 or more presence in land 2, I have +1 to my range, so I can target land 7 from land 2, even though Rain of Ash only has a range of 1, it becomes a range of 2. I generate 2 fear because invaders are present, and then I'm pushing 2 Dahan and 2 explorers to towns to lands without my presence. I can push all these into land 5. That will be a nice thing to do. I might want to try to get a Badlands in there so I can just blow a bunch of stuff up there going forward. All right, so we generated 3 fear, we pushed some stuff, and we added the disease. That's it. We go to the next phase. Time passes, nothing needs to heal, and what am I doing with vengeance? We want to get more presence out for sure. Get that and that. Badlands. Reactions treat Badlands on the island as being present. So I don't even need presence there, it's right. Vengeance is super flex, guys. Super flex. I have nothing in that mountain. It's the only place where I have what you may call it. It's the only place where I have there's a word. It's the only place where I have a blight. That's a tough word, guys. Blight. I'm only gonna have 3 energy. I could play this. Target in any one of target's lands. Ooh, that could be strong. A target sphere has removed. So if I do Fiery Vengeance, the target sphere is the one that removes the presence. So if I give Fire Vengeance to Volcano, Volcano has to remove the destroy presence from the game. Volcano removing presence, that's an interaction I haven't really thought of before. Woof! All right, yeah, because if Volcano moves presence, that's bad because he always likes to add presence back with his Powered by the Furnace of Earth. So that's definitely something to be careful about. I'm going to remove that for the game just to get 1 damage. Doesn't seem to make any sense. I do need more energy to do this though. So I think I do top and bottom. I won't get the extra fire element, but I can get that next turn. At least I'm going to get the energy. Let's kind of blitz this top track. And I'm going to play these 2 cards. So we get the 3 energy from the presence track, 2 card plays. And now I got to figure out where the heck I want these presents. Kind of makes sense to put a presence there because I get to put a disease on the board. And I can put a presence. If I reclaim cards, which isn't the worst idea, then I could skip Ravage actions there. I'm not sure I want the Coastal Alliance to become an utter mess this early, for sure. All right, so I'll put a presence there. We're going to generate, well, let me do Volcano stuff, and I can do my element check too, actually. So 1, 2, I have 2 fire. I have 3 animals. I have 1 air, and I have 1 water. So the only thing I've really unlocked here is this. 1 damage per disease. Yeesh. Not doing much at all. It's done separately to both the Han and to invaders. I mean, I can wipe out that Explorer, but what's the point? What is the point? Yeah, I just don't have enough disease in the island yet. That's fine. So we have that fast power. Everything else is unlocked. Or is everything else isn't unlocked yet, is the right way to say that. I'm going to add 2 presents over here for Volcano. I need to get the 2 card plays. I'm going to get 2 energy. Think that will work. Yeah, Pyroclastic Bombardment, just too expensive. Blight. Yeah, I think I can make this work. We're going to go with Exaltation of Molten Stone and Lava Flows. We're going to do an element check. We have 3 fire, 2 earth, 3 earth. That's the only thing that matters. I'm going to put these 2 presents over in land 2. And we are, oh. You know, I changed my mind. I am going to want to play this. I'm not going to do Plague Bearers. I'm going to get 1 less energy. And my elements are going to be 3 and 3. Nope. My element's going to be separate. I'm going to have 3 fire and only 2. That's better. To give me this, because this isn't going to do much for me. And now the order I do this can be different. And I like that actually a lot. So yeah, sorry about that, because now looking at this will make more sense. So I have 3 fire, 3 earth. I am going to do a does that make sense? Questioning myself. Earth, bush. So many questions. Because then I could pretty much keep a bunch more presents there, I think. Yeah, I think that's going to be stronger. One, more than two. See, the math gets funny because if I remove a presence from there, I can destroy something here. But I can also do damage adjacent. Do 2 damage, I can wipe this out. That would wipe this out just by extension. Then this would allow me to wipe this out. I think that's the right play. And then I'll still have 3 presents there and only 1 removed from the game. All right. I do have the first 2 levels of Power by the Furnace of Earth. I have the first 2 levels of Explosive Eruption. So I'm going to do it in this order. I'm only going to destroy 2 presents. So even though I could destroy 4 presents and get 1 fear for each present destroyed, I don't want to do that. I'm going to destroy 2 presents. By destroying 2 presents here, a couple of things happen. I'm going to do 2 damage in a land within range 1. I could do it there. I'm actually going to do it over in land 5. I'm going to wipe out this town. Land 1's going to go to crap anyway. It just is what it is. Oh, but maybe I could take care of 5 easily in the future. No. Torn. If I do 3 presents, I can wipe out that city. But then it's going to build next turn anyway, so it's going to be a city anyway. Yeah, so I'm doing 2 presents. I'm wiping out this town. I generate a fear. Now, collapse in a blast of lava and steam. When presence destroyed, that land deal 1 damage per destroyed presence. So it's going to be 2 damage because I destroyed 2 presents, plus 1 because of the Badlands. I wipe out this city, so that's 2 more fear. And that is done with that power. We're now going to go over to Fiery Vengeance. Just target spirit removes 1 of their destroyed presents from the game. I'm removing this presence from the game. So we're only down to 12 presents for Volcano, which is going to, again, make Explosive Eruption the highest level really hard, but I still have a good shot at doing the 6 in the future by keeping more presents there. By distributing a presence from my game, what happens? I get 1 fear and 1 damage in 1 of target spirit's lands. So that 1 damage in my land becomes 2 damage. I can wipe out that city. That's another fear. That's a fear card. And that will work. And now Exaltation of Molten Stone, 1 spirit, split 1 energy per fire you have between yourself and target spirit. So I'm going to target, it has to target another spirit. So I'm going to target Vengeance. I have, obviously, I have 3 fire. So I can split 3 energy between the 2 of us. And now also Vengeance has +1 range to all their powers emanating from a mountain, so that could be pretty effective. I will go ahead and give, who's got this? I'm going to give 2 energy to me and 1 energy to Vengeance, so that's done. We're going to do another fear with strike low with sudden fevers. Invaders are going to skip ravage actions in land 7. I want to try to protect those Dahan, see if I can't use a defend power there later. So they're just absolutely skipping ravage actions there. So I'll put reminder tokens there. All right, no comments. So we're going to keep moving on. We're going to go to the invader phase. I think that was all done the most useful way. So invader phase, we get the event card. Promising farmland. When exploring, once per board, place a town instead of an explorer. So I'll put reminder tokens on that. Here and here. Beast provoked. On each board, add a beast to a land without blight that has a town. On each board, add a beast to 1 land without blight that has a town. I will add a beast here, and I'll stack beast up there. Could be useful to try to wipe out something there later and get a little bit lucky. And then finally, county defense. During ravage in every land with Dahan. During ravage in every land, defend 1 per Dahan. that would not have been enough there. So, and that's clearly not enough there either. But we are defending 1 and we're defending 2. Remember, universal effects, you do the math at the time that the action itself is taking place. Fear card, each player has a strife in a land with presence. Well, I can't do anything there. Ooh, in a land with presence. So I can add it on a board with, and it doesn't have to be a different land. So it doesn't say a land with their presence. So there's no restriction that I know of. Someone wants to look that up. I assume I can add 2 strifes in one of Vengeance's lands. So there and there. Let me see if there's a quirky on this real quick. Where is my phone? All right, it's over here. For anyone who does not know about the quirky site for Spirit Island, it is a fantastic FAQ, and is actually I've never seen another designer who does this well. Yeah, there is no special listing for Theological Strife. Normally, if there is not a restriction, then you could do it wherever. So there's presence in land 2. So I basically added 2 strife in land 2. Don't think that would be against any rules. And good. All right, so I've added 2 strife in land 2. That could really put me in a decent place next turn. Although if I'm just skipping, could prevent. Oh, that's interesting. I mean, I could prevent the blight in 4. But again, preventing blight is not always the greatest strategy when you're playing as Vengeance. Could put a strife here. That could be strong long term. I'm going to put a strife there and there. I think that's just more strategic. Land 2, I might just prevent the Rabbids action there next turn. I actually want another place with blight on my board. I have no presence in 1 or 6, so that is what it is. So I think 3 blight this turn is fine. Yeah. All right. So we're ravaging. Ravaging on board 1. We get a blight in land 1. This Dahan is no longer. We get a blight in land 6. On Vengeance's board, we get a blight. My presence is destroyed, so it becomes a disease. And we're going to have that destroyed presence stay here. Again, because destroy presence has removed from the game, destroy presence has not, so I want to keep this close by to remind me about Fiery Vengeance. And we're not ravaging in land 7, since we didn't ravage the strife on this city, stays right there. We're going to do the build step. We are getting a town in land 7 because it's adjacent to at least 2 towns and or cities. We get a town in land 3. We get a town in land 6. And I will allow the build in land 2 to get a fear. And now we go to the explore step. Remember, we're adding a town instead of a city on each board. Yikes. So wetlands, I will add a town into land 1. Nope. Yep. And I'm going to add explore into land 3. And then we get an explorer into land 8. I'm adding a town into land 4. Invader cards advance. These spirits are wacky. So wacky combo. All right. I can add one of my destroyed presence. This, yeah, I removed 1. This, the other one. So I add one of my destroyed presence with power by the Furnace of Earth. I could spend 2 to gain a power card. Do not want to do that. And then I will do, I'm going to add a Badlands and a Wilds. in land 5. No, I'll add a Badlands and a Wilds in land 1. I think that makes a little bit more sense, and that's with Lava Flows. We have Savage Revenge. I can do 1 damage in a land with cities or towns. Remember, I have +1 range because of Exaltation of Molten Stone. So that will work. So my range, instead of being range 0, becomes range 1. Remember, my powers treat Blight as if it was Badlands. So I'm going to do 1 damage into land 4. The Blight's going to make it 2 damage, and that's a fear because I destroyed that town. All right, time passes. This energy goes away. This goes here. This goes away. This goes here. Anything I have to heal? Nope. And everything looks appropriately like a mess. The Dahan on East 1, Explosive Eruption. Dahan on E1. There is no Dahan on E1. Oh, right. Very cool. So Gramisol caught a mistake when I did the Explosive Eruption in land 1. The Dahan should have been destroyed. It ended up being destroyed by the Ravage anyway, so it just wasn't really on my radar. But yeah, the Explosive Eruption does damage separately to both Invaders and to Dahan. We got to the same result, but I definitely got there the wrong way. Thank you, sir. I appreciate the pointing that out. We are now going to go to Growth. Ugh. Think I reclaim. It's an early Reclaim of Vengeance, and I don't love it, but it'll give me a power card. I could consider getting a major, but I actually want more card plays to get to these higher levels of their innates. Their innates are super, super strong. Prevent the Ravage in 2, which I think makes some sense. Lighting there. I don't have a presence there, unfortunately, so I can't turn that into a disease. Yeah, so I'm going to reclaim cards with Vengeance. I get an energy. I'm going to get 2 energy from the presence track before I forget. And I'll get a minor, want something with fire and animals would be ideal. Renewing Boon, never really took that card. Pull Beneath the Hungry Earth, does not have any of my elements. Veil the Night's Hunt. Veil the Night's Hunt's intriguing. It has the animal. It does not have the fire, but it's workable. Ooh, wow. Haunted by Primal Memories, 1 fear, defend 3. If beast or presence, 2 more fear. 1 fear, defend 3. I need a sacred site, so it's not really going to work. I'm just not going to have that many Dahan, which is my problem. Oh, I hate that card draw. It's really bad. I mean, it's honestly not even that good for Volcano either. 1 fear, defend 3. Beast or present, 2 more fear. But it has none of my elements. That's just garbage. That is garbage. If target land is your presence, 1 fear, 1 damage. If target land is a sands or wetlands. I mean, so effectively, if I target a land with Blight, it could add up to, again, Badlands only trigger the first, or Badlands only trigger once per action. It originally was like the first instance of damage, but you can now make it the second if you want. I never really totally understood the difference, but I guess there are some edge cases where it could make a big difference. Target land is sands or wetlands, 1 damage. I'll take Valenite's Hunt. It's going to be an easy drop later. And I have 2 card plays. Do you want to skip this Ravage again. I still don't have Blight with lands in my presence. That's a problem. Try to save these Dahan by pushing them somewhere. It's not the worst idea. Just not very exciting cards. Disease. Let me do that. I'll play Veil the Night's Hunt and at least get some use out of those Dahan there before they just get obliterated. So that cost me 3 with 2 card plays, element check. Probably play both of these, all 3 of these next turn, which I like. All right, so element check, we're going to have 3 animals and 2 fire. And that's going to give me Savage Revenge. Nope, lied. That's going to give me Epidemics Run Rampant. Right, because I had the 3 fire and the 2 animals last time. All right. I could do 1 damage per disease in a land. That won't let me do much. I can get 1 fear and skip Ravage actions. So I'll figure all that out once I get Volcanoes set up. Don't think it makes too much sense. I think it just, I mean, it's a weird reclaim, but I think I just reclaim now. Play 2 cards, and I'll have 3 cards here next turn. I should have enough energy to play 3 again, so hopefully the board's not awful by next turn. So I'm going to get 3 energy from growth option A. Oh yeah, I will use that to kind of indicate what growth options I used. Ding and ding. I'm getting a power card. Give me something better. We have Call to Migrate. Again, I reclaimed all my cards. That would have been amazing for Vengeance. Call to Migrate has all the elements he wants. We have Twilight Fog brings madness. Here there be monsters. And nothing with an earth. Oh my gosh. Not great. We are struggling. Yeesh. Yeah, nothing with an earth at all. I'm going to get another earth there, though. So taking the fire might make some sense. But again, we're not using Dahan much in these builds. So Twilight Fog bring madness, add a disease, or add a strife, push a Dahan. Each remaining Dahan takes 1 damage. Here there be monsters. You may push up to 2 explorers, towns, or Dahan. 2 fear. If target land has a beast, 1 more fear. You have to target an inland and razor sharp undergrowth. Destroy 1 explorer and 1 Dahan. Add a wilds, defend 2. Yeah, that's just not. You have to target a land without blight. None of these are great. None of these are great. I mean, I could add a strife. Do I have enough for pyroclastic bombardment? Do. Expensive though. Expensive way to get rid of 1 town over here. Right now I'm looking at a blight there. If I want to try to maintain healthy island, this requires me to destroy. I have +1 to my range from a mountain. Just none of these. None of these are what I want. And this Call to Migrate is slow, which is also not exactly what I'm looking at right here. Nothing that allows me to push a town in. Remember, Rain of Ash, you have to push into places without your presence, so that's not exactly the most helpful. I am going to get 2 more presence from 2 more energy from the presence track. So basically, whatever I'm taking, I'm going to drop for a major next time around, pretty guaranteed. So, what's going to be good in the short term? These are all slow except for that. Thinking Wilds are a little bit neutered against England. Oh, England, why do you torment me? Pyroclastic bombardments. I could do Here There Be Monsters, push this into here. If I combo a push, get everything into 2, that'd make my next turn really efficient for Explosive Eruption. I think I'm going to do that. And then I'll just drop it for a major. And it's a free card, so it's helpful. So let me do that. Push. And it's only going to cost me 2. So I have a lot of energy left for the future. Element check. 2 and 2. And that's it. I am not going to bother destroying anything. Didn't get any fear cards. Yeah, I think we see what this Blighted Island card is, to be honest. And then I'll just kind of go for a major turn next turn. I'll have 6 powers and a lot of damage dealing capabilities between the 2 spirits. And that will make me happy. All right. Do I want to do this? Nah. I want to push. I want to push everything. Great. So I'm going to change this up because I have too many ones. 5 energy there. I'm going to get a fear, skip Ravage actions, and land 2. And then I'm going to push these 3 Dahan. Well, each Dahan deals damage to a different invader. Yeah, I'm going to wipe out this explorer and hurt this town, and maybe an event card will give me 1 more damage there, or defend 1 or something, and have more blight on Vengeance's board, which is going to be better for me anyway. So that was 2 away from where I have presence, so that totally works. And now I can do 1 damage. I could do that. Actually, let me not do that. I'll do 1 each. Dahan does damage to a different invader, and then I have Epidemics from Rampant. I can do 1 damage per disease, so I can wipe out this town, and I will injure a Dahan, because both these guys just really like to injure Dahans. It's a thing. We go to the event. Explosive Eruption. I'm just not going to do it this turn. I'm going to save up for something bigger next turn. And we got our event card. We are in Terror level 1. After the first successful build action, add an explorer to an adjacent land without invaders. There probably won't be an adjacent land without invaders, but just in case, I'll put this for reminders. Push up to 2 explorers or 1 town from a land with beasts. It's not going to do much. I mean, they're still building everywhere. I mean, I can prevent this build by taking the disease off. May or may not want to do that. Remember, because the high immigration build is a thing. Ooh, that's nice. Ooh, that's crazy. All right, I'm going to prevent the building of a city here. I'm going to push this town into land. Ugh. I don't think that makes sense either. Yeah, push this town into land 7. And I can push up to 2 explorers of 1 town on the other side. I will push, in case I get something that allows me to isolate. Nah, I don't want to do it anywhere. Doesn't make any sense. All right, so we're just going to do it once it's up to, so it's not required. At their gates, demanding redress. 2 fear per land with disease and a city. So 1, 2, 3. So that's all on Vengeance's board. That's 6 fear, though. Again, it's per land, not per board. So 4 fear, remainder of 2, another fear card. We go to the fear card we just earned. Wary of the interior. Each player removes 1 explorer from an inland land. Sure. Oh, that's nuts. Yeah, had I pushed this guy here, I could have done this and prevented the build in 8. That would have been a smarter play. But we'll just remove that guy anyway. And we will remove, it's got to be inland. Move the guy from 6. So those beasts are just chilling there with nothing to do. We're going to do a build action. We are building in 6. So again, high immigration build. So let me do this in order. So we're building a town in 1. We're building a town in 6 because it's adjacent to 2 or more. I'll allow the town in 4 that generates a fear. And I'll allow the town in 7 that also generates a fear. Again, just really trying to blitz some fear here. We're going to do the Ravage action. We get a Blight in 7. We get a Blight in 3. Before anything else is carried out, we're going to go to the Blighted Island card. Memory fades to dust at the start of each invader phase. Each spirit forgets a power or destroys one of their presence. We have 8 more Blight to work with. So one of the OGs for sure. I'm going to put a reminder token there and a reminder token here. If you hear the banging next door, I have no idea what they're doing, but it sounds fun, I guess. I mean, maybe not that fun. They're putting up a shelf or something. Now, this Dahan is dead. This one's injured. This Dahan retaliates, though, and wipes out that town, so that's a fear. We're going to skip the Ravage action there, and we're getting a Blight in 6. We now do the build step. We are getting a town in 8. We get a city in 4. We get a town in 3. And we get a town in 1. But after the first successful build, add an explorer to adjacent land without any invaders. Doesn't apply on Volcano's board. And I would have done this build first, and it wouldn't have applied on Vengeance's board either. So it doesn't say you have to build in a board land order, so that's totally legit. So that didn't do anything, and now we do an explore step. Mountains. Escalation triggers. We have to build in the land with the most cities or towns. So I'm building a town here. I'm building a town here, or I'm building a city there. This should have been a city. Yeah, I don't know why I put a town there. That should have been a city. No, they just ravaged. I'm sorry. I pushed a town into there. Yeah, it makes sense. So this is a town. So we're going to put a town here because they're doing a build action. And we're doing there's the most here. I will allow this build again to get another fear. And now we do the explore step. We do an explore into 2, an explore into 5, an explore into 5, and an explore into 8. Invader cards advance. We're going on. The Dawn on Ease 1 is destroyed. I got here, JTG Spirit on the table. Here's hoping you can pull off your own kind of Brexit. I like the darker table. Yeah, thank you. I like it too. One fear from the town at number 7. Did I do something? Did I kill a town at 7? I'm surprised you didn't choose Middle Mountain from Volcano. Yeah, I thought about it. I went back and forth. I just liked it on 2 because I was able to just wipe everything out there quick. 24 watching, should have at least 24 likes. Nice job staying locked in on this one. It ain't easy. Done. Liked. Who's your favorite spirit, folks? Downpour. Just listening. Downpour is left allows. Yeah, someone let me know if I did miss a fear in 7. I thought I took all my fear, but there's definitely a chance that I missed one. Are you talking about for? Oh, is it for this? That I might not have killed. I think I took that fear. Someone can let me know. So I think if it's a 7 on board D, let me know if I'm owed 1 fear for what I did with Vengeance. When I did Veiled and I Taunt, and then I did the Epidemics run Rampant. That could have been good. From your first card from Vengeance. I'll take it. Someone let me know if I actually took it before. That'd be great. Thank you, Lena. I appreciate it. Now I just got to figure out what the heck I'm doing. This ain't good. Push up to 2. All right. I'm going to do Rain of Ash. I'm going to generate 2 fear. Gives me a fear card. Would give me a fear card either way. Even if I'm 1 fear more than I should be. I'm pushing, and then I'm going to target land 7. I have 3 presence in 2, so that does give me range to 7. And I can push these 2 towns to 5. Then I'm going to do Let There Be Monsters. Again, range 0 becomes range 1 because I have 3 presence. I'm going to push 2 towns into 2. And I get 2 fear. There is not... So there's 3 down. And then there's no beast there, so I don't get 1 more fear. Cool. Daniel's here. My favorite changes between Thunderspeaker, Fractured, and Starlight. Yeah, no doubt. Those are good. Starlight took me a long time to kind of get used to. I did not appreciate Starlight the first 2 times I played it. It's like, this is bananas. All right, that goes out. This goes here. And now we're just going to get 3 card plays with both of these guys, which makes me happy. So let me get 2 presents on the board. Again, I'm only at 4 here. And now we just got to see if I can just do a momentous amount of damage. If I want to get into C, I do need to do growth option. If I want to get into board 5, I do need to do growth option C at some point. But why? Why would I want to do that? Oh, this guy heals. And this guy heals. Yeah, I'm going to get a ton of fear this round. So, cities, towns, or blight? I'm going to put a presence here, a presence here. I have a presence everywhere, which will give me a maximum flexibility. I get 2 energy from this. I have 3 card plays. I'm going to play all my cards. Element check. I have 2. Not amazingness. I have 3 and 3, and only 2 water, and I have 1 air. So that's only thing I'm unlocking here is the first level of Epidemics Run Rampant, and I have the first level of Savage Revenge. We go to Volcano. Volcano is going to put 2 presence in land 2, so there's 6 presence there. It gets 2 presence or 2 energy. It's playing 3 card plays. It's going to be 3, 1, and 1. It has a bunch of fire, so 4 fire, 3 earth. So I do not get powered by the furnace of I don't get the 3rd level of powered by the furnace, which is fine. So 4 fire, 3 earth. Let me move these element markers over so we can see. 4 and 3. That gives me the 2nd level of explosive eruption. I only have 1. Oh, I have 2 air. It gives me the 3rd level, but obviously if I destroyed all 6 of my presence, I would lose. So that's really close to like a pretty sick destruction there, to the point that I might hold off on explosive eruption this turn to do it next turn. Oh, but I won't have enough. I could buy a card here. No, I'm not gonna have. I would have to reclaim. Yeah, I don't think it's worth it. If I was center, I think it'd be more worth it. So I'm not gonna hold off. I'm gonna do the 4, get the fear, really try to blitz this fear deck a lot more. All right, so I have 4 fire, so I'm gonna get 2 energy here and 2 energy here with exaltation of molten stone. Obviously, vengeance is my target spirit, so he's a +1 to all his powers emanating from his land 5, where he has presence. I am. What am I worried about? Everything, Greg. You're worried about everything. This will blight. This will also probably blight. I have a fair amount of blight to play with, so I'm not that worried about that. I'm more. Ugh. Memory phase of dust is going to be brutal. Memory phase of dust is going to be brutal. All right, let me prevent a city in 6. I'm going to do Fiery Vengeance. I'm going to remove a destroy presence from the game of vengeances. I get 1 fear. I do 1 damage in land 6. The blight makes it 2 damage, so it's another fear. That's out. I'm going to do 1 damage in land 4 because it has a disease. That becomes 2 damage because of the blight. That destroys that town. That's out. Now we're going to go to power cards, gain +1. So explosive eruption is gain +1. The power cards do. I'm going to destroy 4 presence in land 2. These will come here. And that's going to, because I have the 2nd level, that gives me 4 fear off the top. It's a fear card, terror level 2. And I can do 4 damage in land 1. That becomes 5 because of the Badlands. That's 3 more fear. And then I'm going to do, because of Collapse and a Blast of Lava and Steam, that does 5 damage in land 2 as well. So that wipes all these guys out. Again, it's 4 damage plus the 1 because of the Badlands there. It's 2 more fear. Before I did that, when I still had 3 presence there, it would have made sense to do this. I would do 1 damage. It's a pyroclastic bombardment. 1 damage to each town or city. I would have targeted land 8 because again, I've been +1 from there because I had 3 presence there. So just pretend this happened earlier. 1 damage to each town. 1 more damage. I wipe out that town. That's a fear card. There's 3 fear cards. And then 1 damage to a Dahan. So this Dahan would have been defeated. But cleaned out a bunch of stuff. Still a bit ugly, but we'll see how this all plays out. We now go to the invader phase. Oh, I still have this and this in the slow power phase. So I need to forget a power card or remove a presence. I'm gonna forget Here There Be Monsters because I don't like it. And I'm gonna forget Don't want to remove presence here either. I'm gonna forget Veil the Night's Hunt. So both of the minor powers I got last turn, which were kind of garbage. So I'm gonna be dangerously close to a reclaim loop, but it might not be the worst thing for me, to be honest with you. We'll see. We're gonna now go to. So I took care of the Blight of the Island card. We're gonna go to the event card. Blight of the Island. Each spirit independently chooses to destroy 2 of their presence. Forget 2 of their powers, or take 1 blight from the blight card and move it from the game. Well, I can't forget powers. I can't destroy presence. So we're down to 5 blight left on this card. We're going through 4 this turn, barring something super unusual. But still think I'd rather do that dance than anything else. On each board, add a disease to the stands or mountains with the most cities and towns. So I'm going to add a disease into 2. Add a disease into 4 on Volcano's board. Oh, sands or mountains. Neither of those are sands or mountains. So I was so close. I'm going to add a disease to 6 on Volcano's board, and I'll add a disease to 7 on Vengeance's board. Each spirit release 2 Dahanam on its lands, gains 1 energy. That is definitely not Volcano. It somehow is Vengeance, so Vengeance gains an energy. And now we go to the Fear cards. We have 3. They're all Terror level 2. Each player adds a strife in a land with or adjacent to Beast. Invaders skip their normal, explore, and build in lands with Beast. That could be huge. So I need 2 strife. So I can save the day in 3. With or adjacent to Beast. And I'll put a strife. I'll try to save the day. Oh. It's more important to save the day in 4 because that's going to be a Blight Cascade. Save the day in 4. Excellent. And hopefully the Beast do some damage. Each player may replace one town with 1 explorer in a coastal land. I can replace there. I just need defend 1 or 1 damage. Yeah, I'll replace both of those towns with explorers each. With the 2 Dahan there, that could be really good. And last but not least, each player adds 1 strife to a town. Invader for the rest of this health, invaders have -1 per strife to a minimum of 1. Oh, that's crazy. If I left a town there, I would have been able to do a whole bunch of cool stuff there, but that did not work out. But I can add a strife to this town here. And I have to add it to a town, so I can't even add it to that city, unfortunately, which would have been helpful. 1 damage. There's no Badlands there. No Blight there. Build. Badlands. I will put this. Oof. Land 2 is just a mess. That was really bad. Just sounds like the worst case scenario because I'm gonna lose. I'm gonna get a blight, which I can add a disease. I'm gonna lose a Dahan. The Dahan's fight back is not gonna be able to kill the city. I just needed like 1 damage or defend 1 or something. Yeah, I wish those cards came out in the reverse order. Probably wouldn't. Yeah, if they came out in the reverse order, that'd have been better because then I'd have definitely put a strife on one of those towns. But I'm only gonna get 1 blight, so it could have been a lot worse. Don't want to strife there. Ravaging in mountains next turn. I'll add a strife here. It's fine. That's fine. I think. All right. So we're building. Oof. We're building in jungles. So that gets a town. This is adjacent to 2 or more. That gets a town. This gets a town. And now I got to stop allowing that build, right? I'll allow this build because it's going to happen sooner or later, and I'll get a fear. Gonna come back. I had thrown away my old base blight cards. I don't find them fun. I'm not sure you've been asked a million times, but who is your favorite spirit? Not the best spirit, but the most fun to play in your opinion. I really like Fangs. Fangs speaks to me. I mean, I like Fangs. It was funny is I love Fangs and I don't like playing many minds, and I find many minds stronger. I just find many minds just a little more boring for me. The control, the defense, the fear generation, they're off the charts good. Yeah, I always smash like on my way in. I went back to watch. You did not take the fear. Nice. You're the best. Lena Kim's not making me cheat. I appreciate it. I make myself cheat enough. All right, so I did the high immigration tile, which is awesome. I'm ravaging. Both these blight come off. Or strife. It's like blight, just different. This comes off. No blight there. This blights. It does 2 damage. This gets destroyed. This allows me to put a disease there. This Daham retaliates and wipes out these 2 explorers. And this strife comes off. Unfortunately, the strife comes off at the time of Ravage before the fight back. Otherwise, again, because each invader with strife had -1 health, I could have just killed it then if that strife stayed through the entire action, but it doesn't. So ravaging is done. Oh, I have to add the blight. I have to add the blight. So we're down to 4 blight on this card, and now we do the build step. They would build in 2. I take this disease off. They would build in 5. Right, that was the first. Right, that was from the beginning of the game. Wow, that's nuts. They would build in 5. They're going to get a city. They're going to build a town here and a town here. Explore step. Build in the most. I'm going to build in 4 because I don't love building in 5. And I have to build here. That would be 6. What are you doing, Vengeance? I'll allow it. Whatever. So 1 more there and we're done. And now we're exploring. The wilds comes off 1. We get an explorer into 6. We get an explorer into 4. We get an explorer into 7. Are there 2 disease here? Right. Oh, yeah, because I had the 1. Right. I had the 1 and we had to add 1 to the most. So there are actually 2 disease and 7. That's important to remember. All right. So explore steps done. Invader cards advance. Forget what happened to that explorer. Something killed it at some point. And now we do slow powers. Whew. So I think we're going to have to go fear victory, guys. I have no presence on board E, so allowing builds there doesn't do me any good. It would be great if I got a card where the beast did damage, because I have a fair amount of beast just like chilling, but not getting much done. About the Ravage, I have no disease in 5 or 8, which is super unfortunate. But I could push a disease with Plague Bearers. Oh, I can get a disease in there. Oh, that's nice. Think that makes some sense. Yeah, so I'm going to generate a fear with fetid breath spreads infection, and I'm adding a disease into 8. And now I'm going to do Plague Bearers. I'm going to generate 1 fear because invaders are present. And since there's a disease there, I can push up to 2 explorers, towns, and Dahan, and I can push the disease with it. I'm going to get a 3rd disease into 7 with those 2 clowns, which is going to make 7 a mess, but that's fine. 2's already a mess, so, you know, join the club. And now I can do 1 damage in a land with my presence that has a city or a town. I will target land 5. The blight makes it a bad land, so that's 2 damage. That kills that town. That's a fear. The lizard is starting to do lizardy things. Lava flows. Well, I can add one of my destroyed presence to a land with my presence. I'll do that here. I could spend 2 to gain a power card. I'm going to save my energy because I have to reclaim, and I'm going to get a major. So I want to have max options available to me there. I'll probably, I don't know what I'll drop, but I'll figure it out then. But now we're going to have to, I can add a Badlands and a Wilds, or I can do 1 damage. I'll add a Badlands and a Wilds into 5 and try to just wipe out that city. Prevent any blight next round. Ooh, that is not a Wilds. That is a city. Do not add a Badlands in a city, Greg. That is not a good power. That will just go there. Fantastic. Or I could do 1 damage here and just wipe out that town. Nah, we're good. I think we're good. All right. Time passes. Nothing has to heal. This goes away. Didn't I have 4 presents over here? Oh, I put 1 back. Yeah, I put 1 back. That makes sense. I have to reclaim with both of these dudes. So growth option 1, reclaiming cards, getting an energy. I'm going to get 2 energy from the presence track before I forget. I do not think I have enough to justify. I'm not going to have enough energy to justify a major. Or will I? Yeah, I don't want to forget any of these cards is the problem. Give me a minor. Ooh, okay. Scream disease into the wind. Target spirit gets +1 to. I have to target volcano though. I don't think that's helpful, but when I use a spirit power targeting a land, I can add a disease, gift of constancy. No, treacherous waterways. Add a wilds or push an explorer or birch cry warning. Yeesh. Birch cry warning could be helpful in land 7 next turn. I will take that for the sole purpose of 7. Obviously, I need to figure out what the heck I'm doing about 2. Because 2 is a problem. Yeah, I can push some stuff out of there. I think that'll be good. So birch cry warning for land 7 next turn. So I'm getting a bunch of Dahan stuff, which is not great with these builds. Taking 3 energy, taking 2 energy from the presence track, getting a major. Bargains of power and protection. No. It's a great card, just not helpful. Focus the land's anguish. This power destroys any cities or towns. 5 fear. Gather up to 5 blight. 1 damage per blight. The slow power. Doesn't have my elements, but it's not the worst idea ever. Especially if I'm trying to blitz fear right now. Mist of Oblivion. 1 fear per towns or cities this power destroys. 1 damage each invader. I'm just not going to have the elements to make that work. It's a ocean special. Infinite Vitality. Dahan have +4 health while in target land. Whenever blight would be added to the target land, instead leave it on the card. Dahan ignore damage and destruction effects. Remove 1 blight from target land or adjacent land. Ooh, Infinite Vitality is great. Infinite Vitality for the win. I'm dropping Exaltation of Molting Stone because I don't want to drop any of these. Although Pyroclastic Bombardment is arguably useful. And it's expensive. But I think I need to keep it. Because it just crushes my elements. So does Exaltation of Molten Stone. This heals. Is Pyroclastic Bombardment too expensive for its own good? Potentially. Yeesh. Damage. Get in the reclaim loop. Having the money gonna be important. I think I need the damage. All right, Infinite Vitality for sure. Well, 3 card plays. Let me figure this out. What am I doing? Ding, ding. My problem is I can't get 4. I'm not getting the right combinations to get both 4 fire and 4 animal, which could be very, very strong. Not skipping Ravage actions. All right. So at 3 and 3 again. Ooh. Skipping Ravage actions makes no sense. It's the only problem. But I want those elements. It is +2 damage for that is super strong. Burst Card Warning is... Oh, that could work. Play Burst Card Warning. I get the extra one. I get the extra animal. That gives me 1, 2, 4. Don't play Fiery Vengeance. And then I just push that sucker. I like it. So I have 1, 2, 4. So I have the second level of Epidemics run rampant. Again, Epidemics Run Rampant also does damage to the Dahan, which I don't love, but I can do 6 damage. I could push those Dahan out before I do Epidemics Run Rampant. That is an idea. All right, that's going to cost me 4. I do not have any levels of Savage Revenge. We're now going to Volcano. Volcano has 3 card plays. I already gained all my energy. Infinite Vitality for sure. Do I do Pyroclastic Bombardment? I think so. It's just expensive. It's so expensive. Each. It's going to absolutely wipe out that Dahan. Bombardment. That's more fear. Yeah, I just don't love Pyroclastic Bombardment. I'm just gonna at some point these beasts are gonna trigger, man. I feel confident. All right, so that's gonna cost me 6. So Rain of Ash, Lava Flows, Infinite Vitality. Checking the comments. Infinite Vitality is one of my favorite powers. It's so good. Yeah, it's really good. It's from David Coleman. Absolutely agree. Man, this high immigration tile's killing me. Oh, can I forget powers? I might forget this power. Am I literally just going to keep reclaiming these cards? No, I can't. +1 card play, 2 energy. I have to get more presence on the board. Yeah, this Memory Phase of Dust is brutal. But a short of presence, though, that's one way to get a ooh, that could work. This additional loss condition in 2 is getting me worried. Eight. All right, I'm going to destroy Vengeance's presence in 7 because of power fee. Oh, I still have all my fast powers. Never mind. I'm going to do. All right. I have the kicker. I have 4 Earth. Let me check this out. So I have 3 and 3, and I have 4 and 3. So I have, oh man, another. I mean, yeah, I never got a chance to move. I couldn't move this presence there, which is rough. So I just never had the 4 and 4, but I had the 3 and 3 there as well. All right. I'm going to put Infinite Vitality into play in land 5. It's 1 away from my Ever Sacred Site. And what's the effect of that? Dahan at +4 health on the target land. Whenever Blight would be added to target land, instead leave it on the card. And then since I have the kicker, Dahan ignore damage and destruction effects. Remove 1 Blight from target land or an adjacent land. I'll remove a Blight from land number 1. And when you move blight from the board, it goes back on the card. I have no more. Oh, and then I have explosive eruption. Don't think explosive eruption makes much sense right now, so I will not do it. Yes, just I have to really be conservative with my presence for sure with that blight card. So yeah, I think I'm going to remove 1 from Bull Spirit this turn. All right, Birch card warning. I'm going to push up to oh, that's interesting. The next time Dahan will be destroy 2 fewer, so I can leave the Dahan there, I think. I want to do that. Probably not. I want to push them. Maybe. I don't know. What do I want to do with you? I will push. Now, I'm just going to. I'll leave them there because I think they're going to be more useful there than anywhere else. So the next time the Dahan will be destroyed a target land, destroy 2 fewer. And then I'm going to do Epidemics Run Rampant. I'm going to do 1 damage per disease. It becomes 2 damage per disease. It's done separately to both invaders and Dahan. So this power would destroy 2 Dahan, but Birch card warning, the Dahan live. I do 6 damage. I'm going to wipe out everything but the city because the city has a strafe on it. Oh, nope, that doesn't make any sense. Everything. If I leave the city, it builds a city town. That's actually not horrible. Actually, I could do everything but a city because the city has a strafe on it. And I'm going to kill those 2 towns and those 2 explorers. That gives me 2 fear. Did not generate a fear card. Yikes. Yikes, yikes. This playthrough is hurting my brain. Woo! Okay. We now go to the invader phase. I need to forget a power or destroy a presence. I'm going to destroy a presence from Volcano, and I will destroy a presence from. I was going to destroy when I was doing things out of order. I was going to destroy a presence there to do 8 damage, and I realized I was cheating. I will try to get more disease in 2. I think that's going to make a lot more sense. So then I can kind of do a similar thing and start really pounding out 2. I don't have Savage Revenge, so removing this, when I destroy a presence, I add a disease. All right. So I took care of Memory Phase of Dust. This is literally only the 5th turn, which is absolutely bananas. We're going to now go to the event card. Sacred Sites under threat. Well, I can stop reading this because I do not have any places where I have both a Sacred Site and invaders. If you don't have any places where Sacred Sites and invaders, don't worry about it. Just move on because this card is written very terribly. Beast Prowl. Each beast generates 1 fear if invaders are present and moves to an adjacent land if not. I have 4 beasts. There are invaders present everywhere. They are prowling. They generate fear. So I get 1 fear and then a remainder of 3. That's a fear card. Spirit speakers solve riddles of power. Each spirit with 4 Dahanam on their lands. That I am 1 away with Vengeance amazingly. Unfortunately, that did not work. Done. We get the fear card. Each player chooses a different coastal land with Dahan. 1 damage per Dahan. Well, useless. Like, really useless. It's got to be different. Oh wait, I'm sorry. We are terror level 2. Each player gather with 1 Dahan and then 1 damage per Dahan. That's a little better. Not much. Yeah, I will gather 1 Dahan and then do 2 damage to get rid of that town. That's a fear. I want to leave this Dahan, that Dahan there. And it's not a vengeance power, so I can't treat Blight as Badlands because it's not vengeance's action. Eesh, man, my disease needs to start doing more damage. I'll tell you what, I'm due. So we're building high immigration build. We get a town here. We get a city in 4. We get a city in 3. And we're getting a town in 1. Ravaging. Ding. That Dahan injured retaliates. Ravaging in 5. Blight would be added, but I leave it on the card because of infinite vitality. The Dahan survives because of infinite vitality. And the Dahan's going to retaliate. It does 2 damage. Badlands is there, so it becomes 3. 2 fear. That city is out. All right. Exploring. Building. So regular builds. We get a city in 1. We get we're going to take the disease off 6. I don't have any of Vengeance's presence on the board, so I have to take the disease off 6. I'm going to take the disease off 7 to prevent the build in 7. And I will allow the build in 4 to get a fear. Explore step. Okay, high immigration build. I will, and it's jungles. Of course it is. I'm going to allow the build in 2. That's 6. Get a fear card. And I have to build in 4. So that's a town. And that is the stupid build. Thank you. Hat tip to Kindred Spirit Podcast. We're now exploring. I get an explorer into 3, an explorer into 7, an explorer into 6, and an explorer into 2. Invader cards advance. I am going to, you fetid breath spreads infection, do a fear, add a disease. And now I'm going to do plague bearers. I'm going to generate a fear off the top. Oof. Targeting a land with disease. I cannot put any more cities and towns into 2 because that'd be bad. But I could put another disease into 2. That gets me excited, actually. I'll target land 4. I'm going to push 2 explorers towns or Dahan. I can move 1 disease with each pushed piece. I'm going to push this disease and an explorer into 4, and I'll push this town into 5. Lava flows because that's what lava do. We can add a Badlands. Don't have the +1 because I don't have 3 presence in 2. You do Rain of Ash, which is exciting. But I can only target range 1 into a land without my presence. So I'm going to do Rain of Ash, target land 3, generate 2 fear off the top, and I'm going to push 2 Dahan. So this Dahan will go there. I have to push the Dahan. I'm going to push the Dahan into. I'll push it into. Oh, I do. If I get infinite vitality back, I'll push the Dahan into 4, and then I can push an Explorer into town into 5 because I don't have presence there. So that's out. And now I can do Lava Flows. If I do 1 damage in 1, I just kill that town. Because I have a Badlands there. Sure. 1 damage in 1, kill the town because of the Badlands, and generates 1 fear. That was with Lava Flows. I get to put. Oh, I could have had the +1 because again, powered by the Furnace of the Earth. Power card. It's gonna have no energy. It's not terrible. I added the Destroyed Presence there. I don't think I want to change up anything else though. I kind of like what I did. But I just want to spend 2 to get a power card. Sure, I'll do that. Because I'm going to more power cards the merrier, because I'm going to have to start dropping them. So I'm spending 2 to get a power card. I'm going to get a miner. Call the Dahan Waves does not have my elements. Renewing Rain does not have my elements. Call to Ferocity has my elements. Requires the Han though, and Savage Maw Beasts. 1 fear, 1 damage. Oh man, that would have been great for Vengeance. Draw out the 3 Dahan. Push. These are not good cards for me. But take Call of the Dahan Waves, and I'll just it's slow. I gotta take a man, none of these are fast. God, these have been bad card draws. I'll take Call to Ferocity just because it has my elements. But I don't love it. Alright. Time passes. All this money goes back here. Vengeance comes here. This goes here. This goes here. Vengeance is going to do growth option 3. Get +1 card play this turn, but I don't really need that. I'm going to add a presence. I am going to add it into 2. Just kind of locked into 2 at this point. I really got to hope the beasts do something in 6. It's just been kind of silly. They haven't done anything yet. Or I could. Actually, I could reach 6 with Pyroclastic Bombardment. I'm going to take this presence off. And. Oh, I don't get. Yeah, right. And I guess I get the 2 energy from the growth option. I get the 2 energy from the presence track. I gain a power card. I know I'm doing Volcano first. I just knew what I wanted to do with them. So Shadows burn. Shadows of the Burning Forest. Call it to Bloodshed. Like calls to like. Hey, Grow Through Sacrifice. All right. I mean, it's not great for me. I really wanted a fast power that I could forget. Definitely can't forget Infinite Vitality, because that would be silly. Like calls to likes, not that helpful. Shadows of the Burning Forest isn't that helpful. Could be. Growth Through Sacrifice is amazingly just not going to do anything for me. So Shadows of the Burning Forest for the win. I have these 3 cards. They cost me 3 money because Pyroclastic Bombardment is crazy expensive. Done. We are now going to Vengeance. Vengeance for sure. There's so much disease in 2. That's hilarious. I think Vengeance needs to reclaim and do the same thing it did last time, just to do 1 billion damage in 2. So Vengeance is reclaiming. It's 1 energy and 2 energy. Gaining a power card. Yeah, it's gonna play the same things. I wonder. I wonder if I forget Fiery Vengeance. It's just not really working with this build. So if I get a major just to kind of see what my options are here, I don't think that's the worst idea, especially because I don't think I'm going to get a lot of card plays. So the Jungle Hungers, Irresistible Call, Trees Radiate Celestial Virulence. Oh, Jesus. Talons of Lightning. All right. 5 damage is a fast power. Yes. Yes, please. It's going to cost me 6, so I can't obviously afford it this turn, but I am going to forget Fiery Vengeance because I'm just not using it. So we're going to do the same 3 cards. I'm not skipping Ravage actions. I don't need to. And that cost me 4. That's the same elements. So I have the 2nd level of Epidemics Run Rampant, which is fantastic. I do not have the 1st level of Savage Revenge, unfortunately. And we're going to get the 1, 2, 3, both levels. Oh, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. So I finally can move some presence because I have the first 3 levels of Power by the Furnace of Earth, and I have the 2nd level, the first 2 levels of Explosive Eruption. All right, still only a Fatality comment from David. This is crazy. All right, I'm going to do Explosive Eruption. I'm destroying 2 presence in 2. I can do 2 presence within range 1, 2 damage within range 1. There's a Badlands there that comes 3 damage. That kills that city. That's 2 fear. Part of me really wants to gamble that these beasts finally do something good. Because, it would be nice. I've got to gamble at some point. I can't keep having cities develop, so I'm going to do Pyroclastic Bombardment in land 7 to destroy just this town because I just don't want more cities. So that's another fear. That's a fear card. If I get the Terror level 3 fear cards, that would be amazing. All right, I'm going to do Bird's Cry Warning. So the same thing I did over there. So the next time they would be destroyed, they're not destroyed. And now I'm doing Epidemics Run Rampant. I'm doing 8 damage because I have the 2nd level. So it's 2 damage per disease. So I'm killing 2 cities and a town. It's 5 fear. I have nothing else but slow power. So I'm 3 fear away from Terror level 3. Now I need to forget a power. Or lose a presence. Oh, this should have healed. I'm going to lose a presence with Vengeance. That allows me to place a disease. And I'm going to... Cannot afford to lose a presence with Volcano. Volcano is going to forget a power. I think Volcano forgets Rain of Ash. All right. Thank you. Memory fades to dust. Let's go. Terror level 2 still. For every 2 fear cards in the earn fear cards pile, invaders do +1 damage per land when ravaging. Well, that's exciting. And so I have 2 fear cards there, so they're doing 3 damage. They're doing +1 damage. It's whatever. +1 damage. Add 1 beast to a land adjacent to beasts. Oh, this is not the beasts don't want to do anything. All right, so add 1 beast to a land adjacent with beasts. Beast and beast. Defend. Oh, that's super bad. They're gonna cause a blight in 1. As a result of that stupid thing. That's bad. All right, and then I destroy 1 Dahan in a land with beasts. Oh, that would have destroyed that Dahan. I don't want to do that then. I just added that there. And I would I'm gonna have to destroy a Dahan there anyway. Unless I destroy this Dahan on purpose so that guy dies during the Ravage. Oh, shoot. It's going to cause a Blight Cascade there. Oh, what a terrible event. Oh, no, it's Defend 5. Never mind. I have to keep that guy alive. So I'm going to destroy this Dahan. And now I have to add a beast on this board. I don't want to destroy that Dahan, so I'll put the beast in land 7. And there is no land that have beast and Dahan on board E on Volcano's board, so we're good. Coordinated defense when invaders ravage, if land has both presence and Dahan, defend 5. So I'm defended 5 here. I'm defended 5 here, but again, there's a strife there, so it doesn't matter. And that's that. I'm in Terror level 2 still, unfortunately, so I don't get the 3 Terror level 3 cards, which should have been better. Too many monsters. Each player removes an explorer and a town from a land with beast. Yes, please. Those are out. Thank you, beasts. So that's on that board. And I will do it. I mean, that could be the Coastal Lands card. And it should be the Coastal Lands card at this point. Oh, man, we're just building everywhere. All right, I'll remove that. If it's not the Coastal Lands, it's Wetlands. So either way, 1 and 3 are getting punished on board D. And then the next card is each player chooses a different land to isolate, also defend 2 in those lands. Great. That is nice. I'm going to isolate here and defend 2. That's important. And then I will isolate. That's defended 5. Just doesn't matter. But what do I want to isolate? I will isolate. I know it's going to be coastlines or wetlands. Oh, ugh. I could choose on this board. I probably will. Probably makes more sense. There's nowhere I could stop a build. It's because of England's stupid build stuff. So I will just isolate here. Just to prevent another explorer being there in case it's wetlands. Oh, no. His stupid build is still going to matter. And assuming it's coastal lands, I will isolate 2 just to get like nothing there. 2 is like fine. I'll do it. I'll do 1. Now I'll do 3. Final answer. Defend the 2. Doesn't matter. We're doing a build in mountains. Oh, never mind. Never mind. I will isolate 5 because then I can prevent the town from building in 2. Which I like. Yeah, because now it's not adjacent to 2 or more. I still need to defend 2 there, so that's still right, because I don't want to random blight for no freaking reason because of one stupid explorer. So maybe vengeance instead. We'll just isolate 8 to prevent a town from getting thrown out there. No, I think I just don't want another town here. So I'll isolate 5 so there's no adjacency. So build not adjacent to 2 or more. We do a city, gets into land 5. Build, we get a city in land 5, and then we get a town in land 8. We're doing the ravage step on defended 2. Again, it was 1+1 because of the event. Nothing to ravage in 6. We're defended 5 here because of coordinated defense. It kills that explorer. We're defended 5, plus there's a strife. So this city is defeated. So it's 2 fear. And now we go to the normal build step. We're getting towns in both jungles, town and town. We're getting a I can do that. That's fine. We're getting a eight. Yeah, I'll let the build happen in 2. That's a fear. Finally in terror level 3. And I will let the build happen in 6. That's a fear. We're going to go to the explore step. It is wetlands. So we avoided the coastal lands card. So we get an explorer here, an explorer here. So there's 5 buildings there, an explorer here, an explorer here. First step though, I should have done the stupid build. So we're going to allow the build to happen in 2. That's a fear. And I will allow the build to happen and I will 5. I have to build in 4. So that's now 6. Oof. Uh-oh. That's bad. And I have to, again, I don't have disease there, and vengeance doesn't have presence on the board anyway. So I already did the explorer. I should have done this stupid build before I did the explorer, but you get the point. That goes over here. Vader cards advance. Oh, England is absolutely the worst. All right, I'm going to add one of my destroyed presence, doing power by the furnace of the earth. I can spend 2 for a power card. Do not want to do that. I can move up to 2 of my presence from other lands to target lands. Well, that doesn't work either. So I was actually reading that wrong. So yeah, I've just basically been stuck in 2 this whole game. Since I have 3 presence there now, thanks to power by the furnace of the earth, I can target a land within 1 because again, my range is increased by 1. And I can target a mountain or a jungle. I'm going to target the jungle. And I'm going to get 2 fear off the top, and I can push this explorer and this town into land 5. So that's done. And Ursh. And now I can do Call to Ferocity. If target land has the Han, which it does, I'm going to generate a fear. Actually, let me push these into here with Shadows of the Burning Forest. And now I got a fear off the top, and I could push another explorer into town into land 2. Land 2 makes a lot more sense because I have all my presence there, so I can do explosive eruptions and just wipe everything out. So Volcano is done. Good job, Volcano. Do 8 damage their next turn. I want to prevent a ravage somewhere. I probably wanted to prevent a ravage I could do 10 damage their next turn. Yes. I think I'm reclaiming. I think I'm just going to keep reclaiming. That's what scares me, though. I don't know how I'm going to prevent that next build. Yeah, I mean the additional lostness from England and land 4 is now my biggest concern. Fetid breath. I'm going to generate a fear and add a disease. I'm not going to have the energy. Shoot. I can add disease into 4 with this. I think that's my right play. Gain a power card, play 2. Ooh, I like that. All right, now I'm going to do Plague Bearers. I'm going to generate a fear. For each disease here, I can push 2 Dahan and move a disease with it. For each piece push, I'm going to put both disease and this Dahan into 8. Because that's going to be a problem. Or do I want to push it into 5? They push it into 5. It's probably a bigger concern. If I get 1 blight up in land aid, who cares? It gives me more options that way. So Plague Bearers are done. So 1 fear away from another power card, another fear card. This comes off. All right. Time passes. This is such a jam, really tough event. Why did you win the Explorer on land 1? There was nothing to fight back. Your size are epic and say it all. Why did I remove the Explorer in land 1? I removed an Explorer from 4. Oh, yeah, good point. I was just offended. Ha! Good catch. Wow. The Badlands fought back, man. What are you talking about? Yeah, that's so QU3TZL. Good catch. Yeah, Badlands don't fight back. That was silly. That was silly. Go me. All right. I think I have to go. I have to get out of this reclaim loop for vengeance. So I'm going to get an energy here, and I'm going to add a disease into land 4 to prevent the additional loss condition. Yeah, that event really did make me have to do some things I didn't want to do. I might have just been better off letting that blight and doing other things, but yeah, it is what it is. I got the energy from that. I get 2 energy from the presence track. The question is, can I save up for 6 energy for next turn? That's going to be insane. I'm going to get a power card. Spur on with words of fire. If you target a spirit other than yourself, they get 1 energy. Target spirit may immediately play another power card by paying its cost. That could be good. I'm only going to have 2 card plays. I cannot add. Oh, maybe. No, I can't add a blight. Land of Haunts and Embers. That's just too much. I mean, although Blight's not terrible for me. It's 2 fear, push up to 2 explorers and towns. The target land is Blight, 2 more fear, push up to 2 more explorers and towns, and add a Blight. So I'd basically be Blight cascading, but I'd be generating 4 fear. Yeah, I don't like it. Wait, can I do this? Do I need to reclaim? This just puts a Blight here. The problem is I'm going to lose the Dahan, which is fine. Yeah, I still think that makes sense. I'll get a Blight in land 2. It's not a risk of making me lose. And then I'll just do a major event there. And I'm going to skip the Ravage action at 6. Yeah, I like that. Flesh Rot Fever. Ooh. Crushes my elements. 1 fear, add a disease. I think that's a must. It has to be a jungle or of sands. Sap the strength of multitudes. Defend 5 in a land with your presence. Not gonna do much for me. I can increase the power's range by 1 if I have an heir. Defending 5 doesn't hit my elements as hard. Yeah, Flesh Rot Fever it is. And I'm gonna play just these 2 cards because it's all I can afford. And I don't know if I'm ever getting Talons of Lightning out. I need an event that gives me some energy. I mean, it's one of the downsides of having to get rid of so many cards. Like not having Exaltation of Molten Stone to be able to feed Vengeance energy has been really unfortunate. Volcano Looming High is going to reclaim cards. Gets 3 energy. Gets 2 energy. Is going to get a... I think Infinite Vitality still makes the most sense because it's always going to let me get Blight back on the card. So I want to get another major, though, as a backup here. But then I have to forget a card, which is brutal. Yeah, I think I still need to be digging for stronger majors. Pyroclastic Bombardment. What time is it? Oh no, the next one's late. Let me quick push back the next live playthrough. Channel. Wave 2 is going to be 5:30. Save. All right. Seeing in real time, kids. All right. I want to get a. I think I need a major. Get rid of Cult of Veracity and just kind of let me see what my next strategy is going to be. So Cult of Veracity is out. We have Pillar to Living Flame. Add a Blight. No, thank you. The trees speak of stone, and the trees and stone speaks of war. 1 damage, defend 2 per Dahan. That's not going to help. Voice of Command, 1 damage per Dahan. Wow, these are just awful. Infestation of Venomous Spiders. Gather a beast. Oh, add a beast. Gather up the 1 beast for each beast. 1 fear. And this is not going to have the triggering elements to do the damage because I need 3 animals, but I think that's the best of the bunch. 1 damage per Dahan. Defend 2 during Ravage. Fight alongside Dahan. Oh, I don't know, man. 6. I really like Voice of Command generally, but I don't think it's gonna do the trick for what I need right now. Venomous Spiders allowing me to skip actions is so strong. All right, Venomous Spiders for the win. I'll have that in hand for next turn, and it's not that expensive either. And I already got rid of a power card. So if Volcano is going to play 3 cards, Infinite Vitality, Lava Flows, and Shadows of the Burning Forest just to get some fear. No, I could do Pyroclastic Bombardment. It's expensive as heck, though. 3, yeah, it's too expensive. Too expensive. Shadows of the Burning Forest it is. Maybe, do I keep this and lose that? Because Pyroclastic Bombardment's not going to be as useful as Infestation of Venomous Spiders. Yeah, let me get rid of that. Yeah, that will work. That makes some sense. All right. Let's do it. We're going to... Yeah, it's fine. We're going to spend the 3 and the 1. I do have 4 Earth, so I have the kicker of this. I have 3 and 3 otherwise, or I'm not doing Explosive Eruption. I just don't have the cards to make it work. But I do have the top 2 levels powered by the Furnace of Earth. 1 Fear. It's another Fear card at the Terra level 3. Invaders are going to skip Ravage actions in land number 6. I do have, what's my elements? I have 1, 2, 3, and 1, 2, 3. So I have both of the first levels here. I'm going to do 1 damage per. Yeah, I'm going to destroy everything there next turn. So I'm going to do 1 damage per disease in land 5. I have a blight there, so that cuts the Badlands. So Epidemics run rampant allows me to kill that city. That's 2 fear. And that's going to be a slow power. So I have to forget a power, or I have to lose a presence. I'm going to forget Bird's Cry Warning for Vengeance. And I will... I just need elements. I'm going to lose a presence for Volcano. Event to stage 3 in a single land with the most invaders. Wow. What a card. What a card. Push 1 explorer or town to each adjacent land. So it's a single land anywhere in the island. So this has 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. This has 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So I have to push everything from here, which is unfortunate because I was setting up for some craziness. So I'm going to move. Well, it's not awful. I'll move an explorer into 4. It's just to push 1 to each adjacent land. So it's just going to be 4 adjacent lands. So I can leave a bulk of the stuff here. Explorer into 4, an explorer into 3, or yeah, into 3, an explorer into 1, and a town into 5. Okay, not as bad as I thought. Each beast generates 1 fear if invaders are present. It moves to an adjacent land if not. Was 1, 2, 3 fear there, and these 2 are going to move. They'll come over here. Well, that won't move this way. This one will move this way just for kicks. And then forsake the barren land. On each board, push 2 to hunt from a land with blight to a land without blight. I will push. It has to be push 2 from a land. I have 2 here. It has blights. I have to push these 2. And I could push them at the 2, but then they're all super dead. Unless I get like defend a million. Doesn't make sense to push them to 7. So I will, maybe the fear card will give me a defend a million. We are in the stage 3. So we'll see. So 2 fear cards, Terra level 3. Each player may push 1 or any number of explorers or towns from any one land. I do not want those to blight Cascades. So I'll do that on land. I'll do that from land 7. I have 1 more land that I can do it in. I'll just push these 2 back here because again I'm trying to set up some Mondo explosion there next turn. Or do I push all 3 of these in? 10. Yeah, that makes more sense. I'll just push all that in. That's fine. So that's retreat, and then immigration slows. Skip the next normal build. The build card shifts left as usual. I don't think I've ever gotten Immigration Slows as a Terra level 3 card. That's amazing. All right, so we're building. We're building in sands because of the stupid builds. So we get a town here. We get a town here. We get a town here because of adjacent to 2, and we get a town here. Ravaging. We get a blight into land 2. It does kill all these guys. Sorry, dudes. It wasn't meant to be. I tried. I kept you alive a lot longer than Vengeance normally would. So thanks to Bird's Card Warning. So they're all out. I mean, they were going to be out next turn anyway when I did Epidemics run rampant there. So like, it is what it is. So Blight. They're not ravaging here thanks to Vengeance. Nothing to ravage, nothing to ravage. Now we're building in wetlands. No, we're skipping the next normal build thanks to Immigration Slows. Explore step. We're exploring into sands and wetlands. I mean, just so we know, I basically need 27 fear to pull this off, which should be doable. So we get an explorer there. I'm doing all the sands first. Explorer there, explorer there, explorer there. And then explorer here in 4, in 6, and in 1. Right. When I did Infant Vitality, I never triggered it. I would have done it in land 4. In land 7, they ended up not ravaging there anyway. That would have. I probably wouldn't have. I pushed all those. That was dumb. I could have taken a blight off the board. I would have taken the blight off there. And no, I probably would have taken. I would have taken the blight off here. Would I still have pushed everything from there though? It's hard to go back. So that was a fear card. So that was before that build and explorer. I would have pushed all these into 1, into 2. Because I'm trying to load up 2 for an explosive eruption. That makes the most sense. So 2 is where all my damage happens. So these guys are back here. When they ravaged, Infinite Vitality was in play. That's the only reason I played Infinite Vitality. And remember, I had 3 presence there at the time, so my range would have been +1. So I did have range to 7, and that was where I was like, why did I wouldn't have risked the Blight Cascade. So I was trying to figure out why that was there, but that's because of Infinite Vitality. Remember, since I have the kicker, I get to remove a Blight from adjacent land, which I already did. All right, Invader cards advance. And now we go to the slow powers. I'm going to do 1 damage in a land with my presence. I don't have 3 air, so it's not increased by 1. I have presence in what's going to do anything. I'll just do this in land 4. I have a blight there, so that becomes the Badlands. That's 1 fear. So 26 fear away. Flesh Rot Fever. I'm going to generate a fear and add a disease into land number in land number 4. So 25 fear away. Shadows of the Burning Forest. Right. I had this here, so it is what it is. I'm just going to basically play that for its fear. It targeted land with invaders, so 2 fear. Thing. So I'm not pushing anything anywhere, which is fine because I can only push explorers or towns. So I'm 23 fear away. And now lava flows. I'm going to do. Again, my range is only 1. I'm going to do 1 damage into land 1. Badlands is there, becomes 2 damage, destroys that. 1 fear, 22 fear away. 22 fear. I'm gonna get you. Yikes. Losing presence has been really bad for Volcano's little mini game here. So, reclaiming cards with Vengeance. Getting 1 power, getting 2, or 1 energy, getting 2 energy. Getting minors. Definitely can't afford majors right now. Oh, domesticated animals go berserk is cost 1. Mesmerize tranquility. Sucking ooze. Ooh, 2 fear. What's ravaging? And if I have that blight, it's not awful. Have plenty of blight to work with. I'll get domesticated animals go berserk because it crushes my elements. And I do want to play. I just need to get to that 3rd level. I don't have range. Yeah, again, another losing Exaltation to Molten Stone. That +1 range out of mountains is actually also playing really strong in this game. Vaders skip Ravage actions. That makes sense. Yeah. And then Flesh Rot Fever. And then Plague Bears. Oh, that's beautiful. So yeah, that's 1, 2, and 4. So that gives me the 2nd level of Epidemics Run Rampant. And then this is 4, 4, and 2 for sure. So that's the 2nd level of Savage Revenge. I'll figure all that out in a second. Volcano is not going to reclaim cards. Volcano will probably gain a power card. Oh, Volcano, slow power over here, could have added a presence and is not going to pay for a power card. Volcano's going to do growth option 3. Or growth option 2. No, I think another power card or just getting energy out. Could do a big bump, get 4 fear, wipe that guy out. It's dangerous to only have 1 presence left on the board, though, especially when you're Blighted Island. Now I'll do Grows option 3. I won't do a big bop. We're going to get a presence there, +1 card play, 2 energy, 3 energy, gaining a minor. Scour to land makes me add a blight. Territorial strife. 3 damage. Still not protected there. Yikes. Yeah, it's gotta hope for some fear cards. Oh, if I can get 3 air. Oh, interesting. I got rid of that blight. Oh, that's what we're talking about. Scour to land. Makes me add a blight, but I'm actually okay with blight here. So we did everything else. I'm going to play these 3 cards. Do not have 3 beasts, so I don't get the kicker for Venomous Spiders, but that's going to make me skip actions. Oh, that's still good. That's still good. All right, that. Yeah, I'm fine with skipping actions. I'm fine with skipping actions. All right, element check. I have 2 fire and 4 or 5 earth. So I have the 1st level of Power by the Furnace Earth, and I have the 1st level of Explosive Eruption. I'm going to destroy 2 presents here. That does 3 damage. That's going to destroy a city and a explorer there, and then I could do 2 damage in an adjacent land. That's going to become 3 here. I'm going to destroy the city in land 5. That's 2 fear. and it's the 1 fear because I destroyed the town. I'm going to do Venomous Invitation. Oh yeah, Scour the Land slow, so I definitely needed to do it this way. So Scour Invitation of Venomous Spiders. I'm going to add a beast 2 away from our sacred site. I'm adding another beast into land number 4. I can gather a beast. For each beast, I generate 1 fear, so that's 3 fear. So 16 left, and I can skip 3 actions now in land number 4. It's going to be really important. That's the wrong side. 3 and 3. That's all my fast powers. We now go to strike low with sudden fevers. I'm generating 1 fear off the top. We're skipping the ravage action in land number 6. Epidemics run rampant. I'm doing 1 away from a sacred site, or 1 away from a presence where I have presence in a land that has disease. I'm doing 2 damage per disease. I'm doing 10 damage here. That's going to kill both these cities and 2 towns, and I have a Badlands there. It is my power, so I can destroy 1 explorer as well. And that's going to be 6 fear. So we are 9 fear. 9 fear away. And that's good. We're going to go to the invader phase. This game is much hard strenuous work. Selena Kim, I think you forgot the innate power of Volcano. I did. Good catch. I definitely saw that. And then Lena Kim says, "But fun to watch." I'm glad someone's entertained. I mean, I'm entertained. This is nuts. This was not. I mean, I'm glad it's level 4. Like I would have lost a long time ago on level 5, for sure. I mean, just a lot of things to think about. All right, so I do want to forget a power. Shadow of Burning Forest. I don't think it makes sense to lose any more presence at this point. And I'm going to forget Fetid. I'm just never playing Talons of Lightning, which is super sad because I really wanted to. So I'm going to forget Talons of Lightning because it just wasn't meant to be. I just don't have the energy. So Memory Phase of Dust is done. Event card. War touches the island shore. Woo! All right, invaders from a different faraway land. This could. Yeah, do I want to add a fear card? Yikes. Oh, I'm sorry. I'm preventing the ravage in 1. Not they're not ravaging in jungles. For each board, discard the top major power, deals energy and damage to invaders and a land in the coastal land with the most cities and towns. So I can do it in any coastal land on Vengeance's board. I'd have to do it in land 2 on my board. So worst case scenario, I don't pull at least a 5. And then it blights a blight cascade. That's 3 blight. And I'm also getting a blight there. Which would give me 1 blight on the card. And then Scour the Land makes me add a blight. The other problem, though, is if I don't do that, if I add another fear card, now I gotta go through 8 more feared. Oh. Actually, I would have done Scour the Land fast because I had the 3. Sorry about this. I had the 3 air. I meant to do it fast, and because I was thinking, I don't know what I was thinking. Never mind. But the extra fear now makes sense. So I get to, since I have the 3 air, that was fast. I do 3, kill at least 3 towns and these 2 explorers, and that adds a blight. Just to visualize that, but that's 3 more fear. That gives me another fear card, which gives me more options. But now I think the decision is almost forced because I can't risk 4 blight. I'd have to pull a 5 to survive this. I don't think another blight card is going to be that bad for me. Yeah, help repel the newcomers. So I'm going to spend the 2 energy. It's 1 energy per player. We're adding a fear card from the box to the top of the fear deck. So now we need 14 fear. I can't risk Blight Cascade. I don't want just 1 Blight remaining. Especially I knew Scour to land was something I really wanted to do. I think that's more important. Yeah, I should be able to blow through 14 fear pretty quick, actually. On each board, push a beast to an adjacent land without Blight. 1 fear if invaders are present there. Is there a land without Blight? Sure. That would go there. 1 fear. And on each board, push. So I'm going to push this beast from 4 into 3. There's no Blight there, so that's a fear. This does mean that I only have 2. That is a modified. No, that was already set up, so I can still skip the actions, but it doesn't matter. I'm not doing extra damage. Reclaim territory. Each player may push 1 to hunt to adjacent land, doing 1 damage. I will push this Dahan into here. I'm doing 1 damage. That gives me a fear. And I don't think there's anywhere to make sense to push a Dahan to do a damage. I'm not really preventing anything. But sure, I'll push a Dahan. Well, in case there's like a million. It's not going to block a million. I'll push this Dahan into the center of the board just for kicks. It does a damage. You're injured. All right. I have 3 Terra level 3 fear cards. I'm 11 fear away. Panic. Each player adds a strife to an invader for the rest of the turn. Invaders have -1 health per strife to a minimum of 1. I'll add a strife to this invader that kills him because he was down to 1 health. And I'll add a strife to this invader over here. They are about to ravage an 8. Maybe I'll get lucky with the beast. Each player may remove 1 explorer town from any land. I'll remove an explorer from this land so that the Han's going to survive. And I'll remove a town from this land so it doesn't build a city. And last but not least, on each board, remove 1 town or replace a city with a town. Yeah, I'm not even close to Terra level 3 win. I'll remove this town so it doesn't build a city. And I'll remove this town so it doesn't get a city. No, on each board. So I can't do both on the same board. I'll remove this town. I have presence there. I'll move this town. All right, just removed, not destroyed. We're building. I'm gonna. I think I just allow all the builds. That's not gonna kill me. So I get a town here, fear. City here, fear. Fear card. 8 to go. Town here because it was adjacent before. City here. Ravage step. We're defended. This is a strife. The strife goes away. The Han's injured, fights back, kills the town. Fear. 7 fear to go. We're skipping this step because of manifestation of spiders, venomous spiders. They're ravaging here. We get a blight. This is destroyed. It turns into a disease. No, skipping the ravage here. All the ravages are done. Building in sands. We get a town. We get a town. We get. I'm going to let this build happen. Town. Fear. Town. Building in wetlands, town. We're skipping that step because of manifestation of infinite spiders. Infinite spiders, no, venomous spiders, not infinite spiders. Allowing the build in 3. Fear, allowing the build in 1. Fear. Explore step, jungles and sands. So 1, 2, 3, and 4 jungles. Sands, 1, 2, 3, and 4 sands. Beta cards advance. Target land. All right, call to ferocity generates. I have to target a land with to Han if I want to get the fear, which I obviously do. I can add a presence back first and foremost as powered by the furnace of earth. I have no other Dahan within 2. Again, my range is now increased by 1. I already did that. Yeah, I'll just generate the fear and push these 2 guys here. That will work. Call to ferocity is done. Plague bearers. I'm going to generate a fear. Target a land 2 away that has a disease. Ooh, I only have 2. If I had 3 air, that'd be good. +1 range. But I can push up to 2 towns and explorers. You can move a disease with it. Yeah, I'll push these 2 in here with the disease. I can do. Oh, we're gonna win because flesh out foot river. I can target a jungle or sands. I get a fear, add a disease, and then savage revenge. Target a land where I have presence. I can do. I had the 4 and a 2, so it's 3 damage. I can destroy that town. Fear, and you win. Woo! Ah, so crazy. All right. He's so close. I can hear Mr. Dahan singing, Yelp, and no luck with the beast. That was absolutely bananas. I am not touching this. We will come back in 45 minutes. We're going to push this back to 5:30. So 45 minutes. I will go through the setup of second wave, leaving this exactly how it is. It's nuts. That was a lot. So we'll get new spirits. Still going to be England. We're still going to be at level 4 because I didn't do a very good job, but we won. And it was super cool. That was absolutely bananas. And just having to go through an additional 8 fear right at the end there was kind of silly, but pulled it off. Definitely got some things that went very bad luck, some things that were good luck. Decent power draws with the infinite vitality was really, really helpful. Manifestation was perfect to prevent that from being a super problem. Never got to play a major with vengeance, but you see the power of epidemics run rampant. Just was able to continue to let it build, destroy it, let it build, destroy it, let it build, destroy it. That was super, super fun. So we'll see. The island will be a lot more interesting to start next turn for sure. We have a bunch of tokens that we'll be able to use, and then I'll be able to kind of do some things with some power. So let me take away the power cards and just get that set up at least, and then we'll come back and we'll see how we want to play this out. So no luck. Catch it later. It's late in Sweden now, no doubt. Good game. Thank you for joining, Lena Kim. Sean McKenzie's a good game. Same in Belgium. Awesome game. What a brain burner. Yeah. Level 4, man, can still absolutely humiliate me at times. And it's one of the things that keeps me coming back to this game. But yeah, I only have one of Volcano's unique powers left, which is super crazy. But what a weird game. That was super fun. I'm going to go, I don't know, grab a bite to eat, go chill, maybe hug Mrs. Playthroughs really quick because I heard her come in the middle of this, and we'll be back at 5:30 with Wave 2. So until then, happy gaming. Thanks for joining, and see whoever's going back for Wave 2. I'll see you soon. Thanks again.